Hey, we were discussing enlightenment and special. It's rather interesting because it's safety, comfort, supposedly an illusion. So having a special relationship is part of the illusion. That's rather interesting because we've gotten to the discussion of enlightenment. Now, to which effort or which issue and how it becomes or what it is enlightenment. Everybody's going to have a different definition of what enlightenment means to them because it really is a personal thing. You can see the light in others. Their enlightenment will expound itself and in its auras create a peace and a joy and an understanding and how to teach the knowledge that they have gathered through their travels to become more enlightened, because we're all enlightened in birth. We've just been told no. Why would you believe that? And how come you think it's that way? And you're not allowed. No, you're not allowed. Don't trust those impressions as a child when you're most innocent, because that means you would not be in the general norm of everybody else still searching. To me, enlightenment is trust of your own inner being for yourself, to do the right things, to share and create in the joy of living now, and not carrying the past, not providing fear of the future because it's all still in question. To let go of those chains that have bound us of judgments and idols and situations that are more out of our will of control than the universe's, because the universe is going to will us in our existence what it is we really need in to get through this existence and become enlightened, is by not having fears. I mean, it's all out of our control. There's nothing we can do but be ourselves in a gentle way, because if we don't put out the gentle won't come back. And that's all part of the essence here. You know, no prejudices against anything, because creator and essence of love is in all. Everything from this spoon to my coffee cup, even my tobacco. That's not lit at this moment, because I can't sit and smoke a whole one in one sitting, because I don't want to. So enlightenment, what would enlightenment consist of? It would consist of truth. It would consist of knowledge, understanding, and just being. Yeah, just being. Not having expectations of what's supposed to be. Not to promise things that the human body might not be able to provide, because shit happens out there. Yes, shit happens out there. And it's not but the joy of connecting with your oversoul and the cosmic Christ. The Holy Spirit, is that what it is? The Holy Spirit? And to know the difference that the ego, who wants it all their certain way and tries to create things just for itself, that is not enlightenment. That is chaos and confusion and poor me's and expectations, and the joy is completely missing when that gets there. Enlightenment, it can come through lighting a candle and just vegging on it, man. Just tilt your head, check out the flame of the candle, see what messages come from the candle, because there's love of creation in that candle. No ego, no nothing. An ego would try to control it and try to make it go bigger or flipping out or something else like that, to manifest control and to create actually stagnant or static. So it will and should know that that static will have repercussions and come back to you. So to me, part of enlightenment is do unto others as you have them do unto you too, because it's kind of like treating yourself with a favor, and the world with a favor. A favor of unconditional love, that we do all understand that we're all connected. So if you hurt something, you're going to get hurt. And other things of those natures. That's the duality of the karma, of the reality of the two. Number two comes in so many forms. So many things come in so many forms. It's all fractaled, and I know it's not always easy. You can hear the word, and you can think like a fracture in a broken piece of glass, or a strike of lightning that is fractured, not a single unit. But we have to look a little bit more about the 360-degree perspective, because it's everywhere. Look at a bubble, look at a ball, and put yourself in the middle of it. And if you look in one spot, that means your perspective is limited. If you look all over and around and know that nothing is limited, then you find that more joy in that in life. Because Creator's giving us these certain conditions and lessons for each spirit, soul, and entity to become more like the Source Self. So to me, that's enlightenment, is enjoying all the beauty of the things that are around, because you know it's all from love. It's all not from fear. But you can call the third dimensional things of fear to you just by being on them so hard and expounding them and just worry, worry, worry. I don't understand what worrying is all about. I mean, what a waste of time and effort is to put out there things that are out of your control. You can plan and process and manifest, and if they are to be, then it'll go that one step further. If they aren't meant to be, then you might have to just keep doing it till it is meant to be, because everything is a plan and process. No matter who we are, what we do, or how we say it. Well, it does mean something, but I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on thinking about enlightenment. What is enlightenment? Knowing that the chaos is as beautiful as peace, because it's all a lesson to learn, to raise ourselves above the domain of this third dimension that we call reality, that's an illusion. Okay then. But my idea of enlightenment is reaching your Christ self and letting the ego go to where the egos all must go, in their own corners. But they can be risen too, just by understanding that the light is for all, and the negative and the dark and the possession and the manifest control. We have certain limited abilities of control. And I wouldn't want to go anywhere dark to get more control, because we can do it by our thoughts and our actions and our behaviors to the point of peace. Not this control, dominance, power play. Gotta have it, expectations. And trickery, actually. Not a good thing, trickery, because there is a truth, and there are truly no secrets. Nothing is a secret. It's all here for us to manifest, to utilize from creative source, God's thy will. Oversoul to the source, human here. Do you want to be just the human having a spiritual experience, or do you want to be the human creating the spiritual experience? The choice is all our enlightenment. And as we get more light, then we bring others into more light, because we attract to us more light. That's the funnest part about it all, actually. Like when the butterfly dances around you. 2 separate times, 2 separate locations, and then when the hummingbird flies by. So that's the enlightenment, is the joy of being who you are, why you're here, and not taking any of it personal, because it's all just a dream. But the manifestation comes from the divine right order, so we have to really at least be consciously aware of what we are thinking to manifest and how we feel it in the manifestation. That's another big thing, is the feeling. People just aren't realizing that if the intent from the heart of the soul is valid, it will become. If it's for power and control and manipulation, you're going to get bit in the ass. So enjoy it. And it comes in many different forms. That's even the most funnest part, is figuring out why this form. But we're all here for lessons. We're all here to love. And to recognize fear and eliminate the ego parts that just don't belong. They might have been taught to us to be that certain way, but we don't have to accept that anymore. And if we are the spirits, then the soul's giving permission now. At least my soul's giving you permission now. Trust in the omnipresent. Take care of the dualities by not feeding them. And have the Trinity that you know it's all from the source for a good